Howdy, howdy. Welcome to another episode of the FitFam podcast with Miss Natural Olympia Hilary.
And Doug, the Formulator.
And so this is a little bit different, but I'm so excited. We're actually going to take you into the super seminar as to one of the most popular talks given, one done by Hilary. And so we just wanted to kind of intro it a little bit for you and then bring you that talk from stage. And then we'll talk to you a little bit after.
Cool. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. The whole premise of the talk is basically about showing up and recreating a new definition of what a win is. Sometimes we look at a win as a medal or first place or, the gold ribbon or the blue ribbon, but really a win can be showing up day in and day out. So,
yeah. And so many people were inspired by this. We know you will too. Remember, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you get notified every time we upload a new episode. So why don't we just jump right into it?
Let us know what you think.
You kind of better say that, right? That I'm his favorite. That's definitely for his benefit later. But, those people that believe in you? They believe you're capable of anything and even more. That's that guy. And I really appreciate how much he believes in me and in you. And I want to thank you for being here. This is such a great opportunity, such a phenomenal weekend. The OHS team has been phenomenal. This is not an easy thing to pull off, and they've done incredible. I am so proud of every single one of them, and I've seen all of these late nights, and I just love them. He always tells me before I go and do something that he knows I'm very uncomfortable with, just be yourself. They'll love you. Be yourself. And so every time he tells me that, I think I have to just really be myself. And I feel like I need to tell a story that he would hate, but that I think is funny. And so I'm going to tell you a little story. This is not any part of my PowerPoint, but so tomorrow I compete, and that's what I love to do. And I was getting ready to compete, and each and every time I get ready to compete, no matter how many times I've peed that day, I have to pee so bad right before I go on. And I really try. I try to empty my bladder before I get out there, but inevitably. And somebody told me yesterday that that's good luck. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to take that. I don't know if that's true, but I'm taking it. Anyways, and I'm getting ready. And it actually might have been this stage, to be honest, because it was when we were at the Rio. And we are lined up right here, about 12 or 15 of us ready to go on stage. And I'm about 8 or 9 women back waiting to go up. And everybody is out there like this, so you can see us all lined up over here. And all of a sudden, in my suit and my heels, I make a beeline, and I am running out of this room. And my husband and my daughter are going, oh no, there's something wrong. So they make a beeline, and they're running after me to see what's going on. And my daughter meets me halfway to the bathroom, like, I just have to pee. She's like, okay, Mom, good timing, and went back. So anyway, so that's the story that he'll probably tell me, hey, next time, don't be yourself. So I love the Olympics. Who else here loves the Olympics? Oh, I love the Olympics so much. LaShawn Merritt was amazing. I'm so grateful that I got to give him a little squeeze before or after he was finished. He did amazing. I don't know what it is about the Olympics, but man, I love them. They represent everything that I love. Dedication, determination, discipline, hard work, relentlessness, passion, patience, potential, and purpose. But I think most of all, what I love about the Olympics is that these athletes have this journey that they have to take. And for 4 years and way before that, they are working for this one moment in time that isn't even guaranteed to them. Some of the best Olympics athletes of all time, Jackie Joyner-Kersee, Nadia Comaneci, Mark Spitz. I'm going to be honest, some of these I don't remember. I'm sure Doug does. He's a bit older than I am. Carl Lewis. LaShawn Merritt, he was awesome. Usain Bolt, Simone Biles, and of course, Michael Phelps. The Olympics lights a fire in me like nothing else. But more on that later. I was 26, 47, and 89 days out from my first, the big, and the biggest shows of the year. I was sitting in the back of my SUV, surrounded by all the camping gear that we had just used, hiking out of Havasupi. We were in the Grand Canyon, and it was a phenomenal 3 or 4 days that we were there. And all I could think about sitting in the back of that SUV is how I was going to tell my coach, my husband, and my kids that I would not be competing this year. I was going over all of the ways I was going to tell him. I was going to set him down and say, you know, sometimes it's okay to give up. Sometimes you're just not ready. Or I was like, okay, wait, no, maybe I could be like, no, I just need this year to start bulking. I need to put on some more muscle. And thinking, yeah, they'll probably believe that one a little bit more. And the other one was, how in the world am I going to tell Doug that there's no way I'm standing on this stage and I'm going to speak to others? Because I wasn't living perfectly to my goal. How could I speak to others and try to inspire when I myself was not living perfect? So workouts, phenomenal, always pretty good. Cardio, pretty good. And the one that you'd think I would probably be best at, considering my husband, nutrition, it just sometimes gets me. And at this point, I was living it about 50%. And in the bodybuilding world, some say it's most important. Some say nutrition is king. And I was living about 50%. So I woke up on the dreaded day of confession, the day that I was going to tell my coach, I'm not competing this year. I woke up to 2 different sides. My hero self, my higher self, and the victim complacent self. I had all of the reasons, and I had convinced myself all of the reasons why I couldn't compete. And then I had this hero self that looks at everything that you're going through and tells you to move forward no matter what, that it will be for your benefit no matter what. I'm grateful that morning that somehow my higher self woke up and was a little bit stronger than the victim self. I had 3 signs that morning that maybe, just maybe, I would push through. And the first one was, as I was mindlessly scrolling on Instagram, a quote from Elana Cardone. And it said, at some point, you got to be real with yourself about the gap between the life that you want to live and the life your daily habits are leading you towards. What are the chances that on that morning, I would read that quote, a quote that would call me out for being a victim, a quote that would make me turn inward and not outward? The second was a text from somebody in my community. We've talked maybe a handful of times. Her text said, hey, Hilary, Amy Napier here. Random, I know, but I just wanted to reach out months after your talk and let you know that when Joe and I went to Culture of Champions, we certainly enjoyed many of the talks offered, but we absolutely loved your talk the very most. Clearly, there were many great speakers and many great messages, but your message had the greatest impact on us and was the one we learned the most and gained the most value. I just wanted you to know that this morning. You never know how long and how far your impact in every single moment in the gym and in the kitchen will go. So thanks, first and foremost, for all the hard work that you've put in over the decades of training and learning on your own, but also for sharing your knowledge and experience with my husband and I. We were genuinely inspired. God is so good. that all the time, that she could be in tune with something that I needed in that very moment. And the third was a reel that I saw. So what are the chances that on this morning I would see a reel of an Olympian that would share her story of imperfection when in that moment I needed it most? You see, she's a heptathlete and she has 7 different events. And what that video was telling is that in her second event, the high jump, she no-heighted. And it's a common practice when you do that to go ahead and pull out of the event because you have almost no chance of medaling after that. She said that when she did that, she had 2 very opposing feelings. The first one is that she wanted to go home. She wanted to run and she wanted to hide and she wanted to back out because she was just so sorry. She said she had made that jump time and time again. It was lower than she even anticipated and she could do it in her sleep. But that other feeling was a feeling of, I did not work this long in something that I love to back out now. And she decided that she would go through all 7 events because those that loved her came to watch her do what she loved and not win a medal. So maybe it's not about perfection. Maybe it's about commitment to the goal. Maybe commitment to the goal is the win. Maybe showing up is how we win every day. The War of Art is a great book by Stephen Pressfield. He says this: the more important a call or action is to our soul's evolution, the more resistance we will feel towards pursuing it. And I can relate to that. So I had my check-ins with my coach, and I want to kind of go through it line by line because she was really inspired in the things that she said back to me as I gave my check-ins. So I gave my check-ins, and it's basically 0 to 100% diet this week. And really, that's what I sent her. So basically, I completely muffed up my entire diet, I told her. I ate everything that I wanted. I ate when I was hungry. I ate when I wasn't hungry. And I was going to tell you that I am not going to compete this year, that I just can't stick to my plan. But it felt like such a cop-out. I'm 26, 47, and 89 days out, and tunnel vision, I'm in it. I'm going to do this. On a side note, it was shocking to me how easy it was for me to hike out of the Grand Canyon. Sometimes I think what I'm doing in the gym is only for my sport, but this weekend was an eye-opener. I love that last part with being able to see your fitness in life as a byproduct from your sports goals. It sounds like it was an awesome trip. You're right. It would be easier to pull out of the show in some ways, but I don't think your soul would feel good about this if you had said it. I haven't heard you say anything that would indicate a relief if you did pull out of the season. What I do hear is that life is extra challenging you in different ways than last year. I hear that you are acknowledging yourself on a deeper level emotionally and mentally this year than last. I am certain that you're very good at dieting and executing the plan, but this year you're learning new lessons about your self-mastery, and that is harder than bodybuilding. Even this year, I've heard you become more honest about what you're feeling, noting, and learning about yourself as a whole, not just a competitor. It's like you've proven that you can carry out dieting and training protocols in the past, and you've been rewarded by life with a new layer of challenges to overcome. I loved that, rewarded with new challenges. And the question is, are you willing to rise to meet this next level of unlocking you? I don't know what your beliefs are, but I think sometimes we need competing to give us an external focus for our internal work. Even when our physiques appear to be in great condition, the weight that we carry inside and the evolutions of our spirit and mind that we experience may not be visible. I believe that competitions are a great stepping stone to lead us to our real change and growth in this journey of life, to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. These are the real golden nuggets of wisdom. And when we learn and own them, we can then pass them to other humans. And I think that's the exchange. When we rise to the challenges of life's test and work through the hardships, we are always rewarded. Maybe not in the way we initially thought or prefer, but the way that is needed and necessary. And when we spread these experiences and lessons to other people, that is our purpose. And when we carry out our human purpose, we're on the right path. There cannot be failure. If we shy away from these tests, we get stuck. We don't progress, we don't evolve, and we don't get the reward. We feel resistance, we feel regression, then loss of confidence, then loss of purpose, until we give up. It's one thing to submit to life, to give up control, to trust the universe to provide for us, versus giving up because we don't trust ourselves to work through the detours to find our alignment. Autumn. The hero in us will always see how every trial we face is for our ultimate good. The victim in us will use every trial as an excuse. Now, this is the part where I say, like, it's the Disney moment. And from that moment on, I was perfect and it was amazing. And I've had the best prep, no trials. But unfortunately, that's not how life works. Success isn't this vertical climb that you just keep going. Success has all of these zigzags and detours that we have to take along the way. But your big goals, those big, big goals, help you get through the stresses of life. Dr. Ben Hardy will be speaking tomorrow, and he has had such a huge impact on my life. This book, Who Not How, was transformative in a time that I needed it most. If you have your big goals, or if you don't have your big goals, or it's time to set new big goals, I highly encourage you to listen to him tomorrow. But what I want to leave with you today is commitment, habits, inspiration, and accountability. Commitment equals your goal, your why, that thing that drives you. Your habits equal your actions, and they are either leading you closer to your goal or they are leading you further away from it. Inspiration. We must be willing to inspire and to be inspired, which means we need to put up quotes and pictures and get in the rooms with people that can inspire us. And then accountability. We need the person that will hold us accountable. We need the person that we allow to call us out when we need to be called out. And we need the person that will hold our hands when we need our hand held. So first, what are your life goals? What is your why? What are you committed to? For me, I always wanted to be a wife and a mother, and then I wanted to be a bodybuilder. Wife and mom was always first. And I love that. I love that I always wanted to be a wife and a mother. But being a wife and a mother, that takes other people to serve. A bodybuilder, that's just me. It's my selfish goal. But that selfish goal creates a better me so that oddly I can be a better wife and a better mom. I would watch on TV when I was little the Mr. Olympia, and the women looked so strong and powerful, and I just wanted to be like that. I wanted to be strong and powerful, but I also wanted to be feminine and soft. And so once I knew it was, I was able to compete in bodybuilding, that was it. What are your habits? Your daily habits. Your daily habits are either leading you closer to your goal or they are leading you further from your goal. You'll never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret is found in your daily routine, so check your habits. Do you have some good ones? Rely on those to build your confidence. Third, be inspired and be willing to be inspired. You do this by a constant reflection on your goals and your dreams, to have the pictures up and to get in the rooms with Dr. Ben Hardy, with David Meltzer, or Dr. John Brimhall, all of these people that are living their goals and their dreams, and they can help us and inspire us and give us what we need to get there. And then your accountability. Do you have a coach? Who are you accountable to? Find your coach that has the tools that you need to get to where you want to be, someone that's done it. So I'm 3 weeks post first show, 1 day from the big show, and 43 days out from my Olympics, the natural Olympia. Find the things that you desire to accomplish, align your habits, get around the people to help and inspire you, and get a coach to help keep you on track with accountability. And as Doug would say, stay hungry and keep chewing. Thank you.
All right. Hope you all enjoyed that. The inspiration was just phenomenal. And as I'd mentioned, out of all of the, the feedback forms that we get, this is one of the most popular ones there. And I think a lot of it came from the standpoint that people really felt the emotion, the caring, and that a lot of people think they have to be perfect. And they see people achieving things and they think they're perfect. And I think people saw that everyone has struggles.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm most guilty of, is looking from the outside in to other people and thinking, gosh, I'm not that committed. I'm not, all out all the time, 100% perfect. And so I think we have to get rid of the concept of being perfect and just being consistent,
Right. And the take home is for you to take the main principles from Hilary's talk and apply them. Would you mind maybe going through?
Yeah, so it was mainly about commitment. What are you committed to? Mm-hmm. Your habits, are they leading you closer to or further away from that commitment? Commitment, habit, inspiration, being willing to be inspired and willing to inspire others, which means sharing your wins and your losses.
That's important. A lot of people, that's where they have trouble, is truly realizing they need to share their wins and losses, and because that does inspire people.
Yeah. And part of that, being willing to be inspired is getting in the rooms with people that will do that for you. And then the last is accountability. Who are you accountable to? Because sometimes we need someone to hold our hand, and sometimes we need someone to call us out on our crap.
That's true. And we all have different situations in life, with spouses that maybe are not as excited about some of your goals as others. And they're not the ones to be the one to hold you accountable. And sometimes,
or for a time, maybe they are for certain things. For a long time, it was you to hold me accountable with, my goals in bodybuilding. And then it got to a point where it was like, we need to change this, both for your well-being and mine and my career. So,
and being open to that.
Yeah.
And so accountability from family, from coaches, is we're really big on making sure you get a coach. Everyone should have a coach. And so please apply those principles. We'd love to hear your thoughts from the awesome talk and applying it. As always, this is Miss Natural Olympia.
And this is Doug, the Formulator.
Olympia. Keep chewing.